Guramaigat Kahirluk. I have multiple points here. I was considering coming in here, and I would start in relation to the unfairness. I think you all know the point that is made in relation to the person on 135,000 who will get the tax break of €830, and the person on 35,000 who won't get €190, on 35,000 who will only get €190. And I was going to go through each thing individually, and then I says, maybe not. What are we doing here? Look, we all accept we're in the middle of an energy crisis, and yeah, the European Union and European Commission is finally getting into a place about dealing with it. I would say rather slowly. Look, we all know the situation, the geopolitical situation. We all know that it's not going particularly well for Vladimir Putin. Not taken away from the difficulties, obviously, that the people in Ukraine are dealing with at this particular time. But the one thing that he does seem to have going for him is the financial stroke energy crisis across the Western world, and we really need to get our act together. In fairness, I think our proposal in relation to capping prices so people have a short-term piece of clarity. We are talking about this till February, so they know what bills they're going to pay. And we were, as Deputy Stanley spoke about, we're talking about a windfall tax from a point of view of ensuring leverage in relation to the energy companies. That, to me, is a legitimate solution. Short term, we know there is a wider problem that needs to be dealt with. And yeah, the European Union, the European Commission should have been on the ball faster. And we need to also play our part, because look, we could have that old argument in relation to the fact that this government weren't going to tackle anything around the decoupling of gas and electricity prices. But we are in a different place now. We need that to be delivered upon. Or let's be clear, Ireland and everywhere else is facing into absolute economic carnage. Look, some of what is in this budget is good. Look, we all accept third-level fees and a cut for somebody who's paying for their kid of €1,000. That's big stuff, right? Accept it. But the problem is we have a budget here at this point in time that's built upon a major flaw. We're dealing with the original crises, particularly in relation to health and housing. And yeah, we do welcome the 500 quid tax credit for renters, but we don't accept that it'll do the business. We all have seen the absolutely sky-high rents. Look, everybody in here has quoted them from one end of Ireland to the other, and they're abjectly... I'm not actually sure how people actually are able to make some of these payments. I don't understand how the system hasn't fallen apart already. But until we start doing business, until we start building a sufficient amount of houses, and that's council houses, and that's affordable mortgages, and that's also cost rental, we are going nowhere. So that's where we really need to do it. As regards healthcare, we need to deal with the fact of the backlog. We need to deal with the failures or where we do not have the positions in community care, in primary care. We all know the issues that exist in relation to disability services, and where even people have a right to it, even where everything has been okayed, where they've got through assessment of needs and all the rest of it, they cannot access it. So see, until we deal with those things, we are an abject failure. There's no point saying anything any different. As I say, there are some things to be welcomed. But then I ask myself, what do we really want here? What is a worthwhile target? What is a project? And all I'm going to say is that we do need a new Ireland. And yeah, I don't think there's anything shocking for anybody else about a member of Sinn Féin getting up here and espousing Irish unity as a solution. But I don't mean it in the sense of a Fort Greenfield. I am talking about the fact on Saturday, that's October the 1st at 1 o'clock in the Tree Arena, that we are having Together We Can. Basically, it's a conversation on Irish unity. It includes a number of people who sit in this particular chamber across all parties. I really welcome that. Obviously, it has people north and south. It even has a number of people like Colin Meaney, who would have acting skills on a similar par to my own. But what it is it's about the fact that we are in a changed island at this point in time. We are in a completely different place. We all know the old Orange state is gone, but beyond that, we have an opportunity to build something better. And when I'm talking about that, I'm talking about an Ireland where we all do those pieces together, where we built a decent health service, an Irish National Health Service, where we built a decent housing system that delivers for all our people, where we deliver an education system across the board, and we have a conversation about how we all live together. And there has been a failure at government level to do those pieces of work. I do welcome the fact that there is cross-party support for this event. I would welcome that anyone would go to the Tree Arena. As I say, 1 o'clock, there are still tickets available on Ticketmaster and also on the door. But I do think we have a real opportunity to build something real and to build something better on this island.
Thank you. Next